This is True Buds, that Mary Jane, now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers. True Buds.
What's up, my smokers? Welcome to the True Buds Show. It's your buddy Jack Woltering here with the one and only Bre'anda Massey. You know her from the True Buds tank I got working on, the Smokers tank. You might recognize her from the Cannabis Enthusiast video. We're going to dive into that, and she's going to, provide some insight into the fashion world, smoking. But first, I want to give a little shout out to the sponsor today at Real Leaf. If you like smoking spliffs, grab some of this stuff, throw it in your spliff, roll it up. It's a healthy alternative to tobacco. I'm not a spliff guy, though. I prefer it straight up, just setting the record straight. But if you do like spliffs, check this stuff out. Do you smoke spliffs?
I do not. They really hurt my throat, so I am not with that. I really love J's, though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, double paper.
Double paper. And now, where can everybody follow you? It's Bre'anda
1010 on Instagram, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the really true platform I'm on.
That's cool. Yeah, I know she's with the Smokers tank. I'm really excited. We're on our third. We're talking today. We've done, what do you call them, prototypes? What's the right word for this?
You can call them prototype or samples.
Sample sounds better.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like a scientist when I say prototype.
Yeah, you're like putting something that's gonna turn out to this like weird, creepy thing. Like, it's a prototype. No, you call it samples, like your first production sample.
Yeah.
Kinda.
And they've been nice so far, and I'm just gonna fill everybody in. No, thank you. Like, about what it's about, this tank.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen it, like I said, there's some videos, but essentially I was on the beach. I didn't have pockets. I was wearing a tank top. I had some weed. I'm like, I wish my tank top had pockets. So then we're going to put a couple secret pockets on the edge here. And then we got a front pocket where you can put your papers, your bud, your vape, button it up, do your thing. And it's all in one there.
Yeah.
And you've been helping me head the way here on that.
Thank you. And I really feel like, you have a great idea, Jack. And it's really a part of the California culture. Because there's so many times, I'm out and about with similar issues, but luckily I'm a woman, so I have a purse with tons of pockets and things like that. Yeah. But it'd be cool to have for me, I would still go to a purse, but as a guy, I could see how beneficial it would be.
Yeah, and when on the go working out or whatever. But I think you did show me too, because I came to you with this idea, and you're like, actually, it's funny you said this, because didn't you do a kind of a purse or another bag with some secret pockets in there as well?
I also did a weed fanny pack for a company. It was vinyl on the outside, and on the inside they had a secret pocket for the vape. They had another secret pocket for where to stash your weed in case you're going to events, people want to pat you down. That project was a ton of fun. It was my first weed fashion project, and now it's just I feel like more people are catching on. Because I had this guy who also wanted to do a button up, and his was more for Molly. I know this is different.
Right.
It's the party scene, but he had more rave shirts. He was like, I need a pocket to put my Molly pill, and I was like, this doesn't sound too strange after I did weed stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can see why this is important. So you guys are definitely ahead of the curve.
And that's also why I wanted to bring you here today. So anybody listening, watching here today, please, I'll put the links below on the YouTube video, but follow her, hit her up if you have any ideas, you want something made. But I also wanted to talk to you today about kind of your method and how smoking helps, or how do you go about smoking? Does it in your creative process?
I feel like it's changed. When I used to smoke in college, I used to feel the most creative. And I feel like weed was different, because I've really felt affected by weed. Now, I feel like I smoke and it's just for stress in a sense. Weed helps me to distress and be able to think clearly without anxiety nowadays.
Okay.
And I wish I could find a strain that makes me creative. If anyone has any good, shops in LA that has great sativas for creative strains, let me know. Because I'm looking always, and I haven't found anything yet that has done that since I first moved to LA. I feel like the places I go.
Have you had any Jack Herrera?
I love Jack so much.
Thank you.
But But no, like, okay, that's usually my go-to strain because I like how it makes your head feel. Like, I love Jack. I love anything with the name green in it in most cases. They're like citrusy type
Oh yeah,
things.
that lemon.
So good. Anyway, so I have tried it, but I haven't found like a good one as of recently. So if you know any place with a good Jack Herrera.
You know, it depends. A lot of times I'll get my flower through my buddy who grows and stuff. A lot of times I'll go get my edibles and vapes through dispensaries, but you know.
I think that's like that's where the best weed is, people who grow. Because now the shops, I feel like it's so, like, I don't know what they're doing to the weed, but something is off and it's hard to find good weed. So
yeah, and I think a lot of it is like old. I think, and like, I mean, which is fine. I smoke old weed all the time, but it's like it gets caught through like the regulatory process, if that's a word. But you know what I mean? Like, so they have to like, it has to go through testing.
Yeah.
It has to go get packaged. When it's in the packaging, it has to get shipped. Now it's sitting on a shelf. Like, so maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
But I definitely like my buddy Chris, who I had here, who grows. Like, I definitely like, and I know exactly what he uses. He does like all organic. He's all legit. He's like on it like that.
I would like Chris's information after this.
Yeah, I got you.
Pretty cool. I think the world would.
Skyline Farms LA on IG.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Plug.
So what got you into fashion initially? Or have you always?
Yeah, I've always been, for most cases, like since childhood, into fashion. Even like high school, I took community college sewing classes, and like I knew I was going to be a designer. And I think most of all, it's just like the idea that I can create anything from a concept and make it like something that somebody can wear. Like, it's, to me, it's the best form of art because it's not hanging on a wall. It's on someone's back, going, you know, down the street. People are seeing it. They're connected with it. You know what I'm saying? And it touches your body. And I just feel like when fashion is done correctly, it's ingenious. It's
and I
great.
feel that. And I think everybody listening, you know, probably has a shirt. I know I have several, like, just worn right. You've worn it for like 10 years. It's just it's like it's your go-to comfortable thing. Do you have one of those, or am I crazy?
No, I do. I do. I want to say, I don't know about shirts. I have that feeling about jeans just because, you know, it's hard for women to find jeans. And I feel like I have like some favorite pair. As far as shirts, I haven't found that yet. Jackets, for sure.
Oh, yeah?
I have those favorite pieces, that have lasted years throughout, you know, my life because it's just so cool. And I refuse, even if they got a rip in them, I'm not giving it up.
Yeah, it adds character.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah.
It does. And like here, I feel like you can get away with like the, I don't want to say homeless vibe, but like that Kanye West, not cared after look.
And I don't know, I'm like a fan of Kanye's music, but I know he's like pretty hardcore in the fashion game. I don't keep up with that. Like, what's your opinion on him and his, what does he even have going on? I know he has the Yeezys and stuff, but like in terms of, does he have other apparel too, like a clothing lines? And
he does. He has something. I'm not really that familiar with Kanye either. Like, I don't follow him closely, but I do know he has like Sunday service, I think. Now, if we're wrong, it can be okay. But he has Sunday service, and it's basically like oversized tees and beige colors and neutrals in most cases. I'm not here for it, the price point, just because like the people that, you know, support him can't afford it in most cases, and it's just like he's not selling anything of like uniqueness. It's just t-shirts and like sweatpants with Calabasas on it. So I'm not impressed.
Yeah, hey, I respect it. I respect the truth there. And so like, but menswear, you were telling me a while back, is what you like to do the most, correct?
Yeah, it's my passion. It is. I think it started with like, I was raised by my dad, so he would come to me for fashion choices. So like I would be in like, I don't even know, some Midwest suit store helping my dad pick out his clothes. And I just feel like guys are easier to sell to and understand because y'all like the same stuff over and over. Like you guys will buy this one pair of jeans in all colors if you rock with it. Yeah. And I support that loyalty because I feel like women are so flaky and they want so many decisions like, oh, this has ruffles, but I want ruffles and polka dots. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I feel you 100%. Like when you find like, especially like when you find something or a company and it fits right, like you're saying, I'll keep buying that stuff, you know? Like, because it fits good.
Exactly.
That's the most important thing. It's like,
that's it.
Like I went on the way to Vegas, we stopped at some like outlet, or it was like the Polo outlet, because I left all my clothes. I had all my clothes hanging up. I'm halfway to Vegas. I'm like, fuck, I left all my shit.
Dang.
So we get in the place. My girl and I, we just go in. She's like, I just grabbed a couple things. She's like, are you going to try them on? I'm like, no. She's like, go try them on. I'm like, I guess. Fuck. Like, I usually don't even try stuff on.
Which is crazy.
Which is stupid.
So how did it fit?
Good.
Oh, okay. I was like hoping like it wouldn't fit. Like,
yeah, no, I was
I'm
like,
glad
cool.
it all worked
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because women have to try on everything. So that's our mindset. Like if we don't try on something, there's a good chance when we go home we won't like it.
Yeah. Huh.
So, yeah.
You guys got it. It's hard in that regard, huh?
Yeah, it is. Which is, yeah.
But you're smart that's cool that you have a passion for the menswear like that. And like, I saw you did a cool hat recently.
Oh yeah, I did like a mud cloth bucket hat. I first found it at the Goodwill. I'm all about eco-friendly. So most things I do are from that like message. Like everything I do, I want to let it be from USA or, dead stock fabric. I don't really want to use any synthetics in most cases. So, yeah, I found that fabric at the Goodwill, and I made some hats from it. Then I got some feedback, and more people like it, so now I'm investing in more fabric. And, yeah.
So you found the hat and then added the fabric, you're saying?
Oh, no, I found the fabric by itself just at the
okay,
Goodwill.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool,
and I was like, what can I make from this? Like, I had it for a year, and I was just hoarding, because that's what fashion designers do in most cases. We find some pretty stuff, and we're like, we're going to use it one day. And, like, 30 years later, I can make this. But no, I found the cloth at the Goodwill, and I was like, okay, bucket hats would be cool. Like, it's breathable, and I don't have that much fabric, and, yeah, people like it, so.
And what is that retailing for? What are you selling those for?
I'm selling it for $50. Yeah, mud cloth is the traditional fabric, and it's kind of expensive just because it's hand woven. So,
well, sign me up. I want to grab one.
Woo!
I haven't had a bucket hat since for many years, but I've been wanting to get one. But yeah, they just have a cool feel when they're on your head. It's just like, and there's nothing quite like. There's nothing like a bucket hat, right?
It's not.
It's like.
It's weird. I didn't own one before, and now that I have one, like I just feel like I feel really cool, and the way that it like blocks the sun, I'm so with it. I went to the beach and I was just like, why don't I? I'm so glad I own
like creates
one.
a zone around you, like because the way it comes down, you're like in your own little, you're like in the zone. You're like, yeah, that's.
Yeah, and so what I also made, the first one I made is too big for my head, which is good for me because now I can put it below my eyes so I can be high and like no one will know. They're like, oh, she's protecting the sun. I'm really just high as fuck, trying not to be apart. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at me in the eyes.
You're going to need to make a big one for my big head. That's for sure. I think I'm a 7 3/4.
Oh, that's normal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I was like,
it's not extra large.
A huge head.
Yeah, you're good.
No, I do though. But so what's the average men's size would you say for a hat? Like,
it depends if your size. If you have like more hair, I would say it'd be like 20 for the circumference. Like if you had hair that need to be in a ponytail, that type of thing.
So what does 7 3/4 even mean? Or what are those major? I never know. I didn't.
7 3/4. Oh, okay. So I don't feel like that's accurate because I would measure the circumference of your head. Whatever 7 3/4 is, it might be to baseball caps.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
And I'm not familiar with.
Okay, cool.
Somebody let us know.
Yeah, I never really thought about it before. I'm just like, oh, this is my size. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, see, look at guys. You guys just like you go with it. Like I don't even know what this really means.
Hey, it fits.
It fits. But is it possible that one size below might fit better, one size up might fit better?
Yeah, and that's where it comes into. It depends on the brands and stuff like that too. Mm-hmm. And that's where the hardest thing is shoes. Like most other clothes are pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
But sometimes shoes will like half size or size differently if they fit a little different. Yeah. Especially dress shoes. Like they're a lot harder to find a good dress shoe because I'm like usually 11 and a half, 12. Sometimes I'll fit in like a 10 and a half dress shoe or 11. It's weird.
Yeah.
Going on a shoe tangent.
Weird. It's super weird. I wear the same shoe all the way around. I don't know, guys. I mean, maybe it's dress shoes because they're like hard and less flexible.
Yeah, they got weird little points and.
Yeah, it's interesting. You guys used to wear skirts, though. That's even more interesting.
Yeah.
Like the guys used to wear skirts, but anyway. So I just want to
get some breathing room down there, you know.
True.
Yeah.
You think that's what it was for?
Yeah, I would think so. They look. Weirdest thing happened at the bar to me. This guy was with his wife, and I come up. He's like, you'd look good in a kilt.
That's
like, what the fuck does
weird.
that mean, dude? Like, but I'm being nice. I'm like, hey, thanks, man.
That's not creepy.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that? And then like it hit me like months later. I'm like, what the hell? That was fucking weird.
It was. I
Yeah.
mean, does he mean like you look like you're from Scotland,
I
or
don't
like
know. I was like, okay, I
were
forget.
your legs out?
No, I'm wearing pants and stuff. That's why it's just so weird. It's like that's one of the most random things that's ever happened to me. Is like I'm like, and if it was a girl, it'd be cooler. I was just like, it's kind of weird, you know. No judgment. Hey,
Maybe he was
it
hitting
inspired
on
me
you.
though. I'm like, maybe I should get a kilt. Maybe I'd
Maybe
kill
you
it, get some
should.
bagpipes, and just go out.
Yeah, you never know. You could like come into yourself. Like you could get a bagpipe and then like feel it. You could be like planning, be like, this is for me. And next
Damn,
thing you
yeah, it's
know,
like this is my destiny.
you're like smoking weed and playing a bagpipe in a skirt.
Smoking weed out of the bagpipe.
That would be crazy. I feel like Scottish people would be mad at you, but that would be
Yeah,
great.
they'd be like, fuck this guy. But there'd probably be that couple Scottish guys like, yeah, that guy's cool, man.
Right. Like, if only he knew we been did that.
I wonder how their weed is there.
I heard like Amsterdam weed wasn't as great as California, and I haven't been.
I'd believe it because of climate. In terms of outdoor, for sure.
Well, yeah, probably it's trash.
It's hard to beat the Emerald Triangle, you know?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you. So, what do you think about weed clothing for the future? Like, as for Californians, how creative can we get in the like weed fashion industry?
You know, that's a very good question. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I just thought of something that came to my mind that I had went to an interview for a weed company who wanted to start apparel, and they were telling me about cookies and how well they did it. Like, started off with the weed company, and now they're branding. They have a whole cookie store that has apparel. But
I didn't know they sold merch up in there.
Yeah, I don't think it's in the weed shop, but they have a separate store. I actually drove past it. I feel like it's in the Melrose area. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I need to check it out. It looks dope. And
Yeah,
Burner's dope. I'm on board with what he's got going on.
I don't think it's like weed functional. I think it's just like around the brand. But like what you're doing is technical weed fashion, so I feel like it's a bit more.
Yeah, you know,
cool.
I guess my take on it might be a little different too, because I like subtlety. I mean, this shirt that I have, this design I got is like the most like big design I have on any shirts or anything, but I'm more about like with the smoker's tank, like might not even put a logo on it, you know, like how we've been doing it so far, like, and that's how I am with. I have some weed shirts and stuff I wear, but I like more like I'd rather wear like a plain white shirt with like a little weed leaf than like weed leaves all over and stuff, you know, and like, so I'm more about the subtle little details, I guess.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything too crazy. You're not a flashy guy.
But I mean, this shirt's kind of crazy.
Yeah, but it's a graphic,
It's kind of
you know?
yeah.
It's
like,
not. I mean, it's crazy, but it's like you're not distracting people as you walk. They would just have to look at your tank and be like, "Oh, I see."
Yeah, I'm like
you know?
noticing something new on it too when I'm in the mirror, like brushing my teeth. I'm like, oh, they added that. Yeah. Because my initial design to them, like kind of like I gave you a broad outline. I was like, I just want an astronaut smoking a joint floating away from the beach.
I can't.
And then they're like,
Okay.
and then they sent me, this is their, I was like, give me kind of one design. I have several designs. And I was like, then go all out on whatever you want to do. And then they have the other designs where they kind of, and that's the way I like to work, is like, if you're too hard on trying to like, I need this, and you take away the fun and freedom, then it's like, well, why even do it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've worked with people like that. Maybe I'm kind of like that with like these samples that I keep doing, but
No, and I think the good thing is like you're really chill, and I feel like some people are unrealistic. Like you need multiple samples to get your idea across because it changes, and you know, because like you wanted your pocket one way, then you realize it wasn't really the best, and you wouldn't really want to put that in production. And it's all trial and error until you're like comfortable with selling the product. Like even myself, I make a lot of prototypes for the same stuff, but people never see it because I'm just such a perfectionist. I keep trying to like get better and better at the same thing, and it's just like that's why I don't have my line released yet. But I'm
that's where it's always hard though. It's
Yeah.
always walking that line where it's like, am I overthinking this? You know, like, which I know I'm definitely do a lot, you know, I
Yeah.
believe most people probably do, but it's like at the same time you want that, like with these samples, I didn't want to just roll, even though the first sample was really dope. It's like we can keep perfecting it, like you're saying, like it's a process. I'd rather, and that's where, especially when I'm selling something, and that's what like all the salesmen say, you know, it's like if you believe in something, like it'll sell itself essentially, you know, like I'm not trying to like push some shit that I don't necessarily believe in,
Yeah.
like that I'm really behind and I wear and I rock and I smoke in it and I do all this stuff, like that to me is the truth, like of what I'm doing, you know.
Yeah, I think it's because, like, if you were to, say, for example, push out the first one and you didn't really mess with it, like, you didn't shoot a video, you know what I'm saying? Then people would have a harder time connecting with it. But since, like, you really stand behind it, you're passionate, you will create video content showing people how they can use it, I feel like it's easier for someone to trust you and invest in it. Like, oh, he was doing backflips in his tank top and his vape pen did not fall
shoot,
out.
I wish. That's a good idea. I'm going to get somebody that can do backflips. That's freaking brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, and that's where I wanted to do, like, how I did that video when I was on the beach, like, when I got a workout. Like, I want to, like, document the process for everybody. And so they'll be like, oh, like, Jack's been working on this smoker's tank for, like, a year. Like, maybe it's finally done. Maybe it's, like, legit.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to bring people in on the process, where before and with other stuff I kind of like keep it behind the scenes, So did you put out anything in terms of like your line launching, or are you kind of just going to do one big launch, or what's going on with that?
What is going on? So I did launch something. I should talk about both of them. So I have an eco-friendly men's line called Massey Menswear, MASS.
That link's in your Instagram description, right?
It is.
Yep.
It is. And I made this very vibrant jumpsuit, and it's made from 100% cotton, so you can breathe. Has amazing zippers and pockets and all this great stuff. That's my first thing I'm launching. And then I'm also working on like some upcycle stuff. I want to launch more like concrete pieces, maybe towards, I don't know, realistically next year. And then I'm also doing a sustainable baby booty company, which is like I use scraps of fabrics that my friends are going to throw away and make baby accessories out of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it's all about eco-friendly.
Well, let me know about, I'm excited for all those too. And I'm from a huge family, and there's always little ones running around. So keep me posted on that. I'll get some of those, and
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I am going to launch more things. I will stay away from weed stuff though, and leave that to the professionals like Jack. But yeah.
Well, you're the one making it happen for me. I just came to you with an idea, and you're bringing it to life. I couldn't do what you're doing. I don't.
And that's why I love working with the smaller brands and startups, because I feel like you guys are so creative, and that in most cases I get to see like these crazy things come to life. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are always worried, like, oh, can you do this for me? Like, thinking it's too hard. And it's like, it is complicated. I mean, turning anything from idea to like a 3D sample is crazy when you think about it. Like, it's a lot of steps that goes into it, but with the proper time and the materials and details, like, anything can happen,
I love that. I love that outlook.
Yeah,
for real.
True.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this tank too. And like, I know I have 2 friends that want to order one, so I've like, and my brother definitely wants one, so I've like 3 on pre-order. I'm like, I just got to keep getting this going. So
yeah,
with that, it's going to be a 2020 launch. Like we were talking before, but I'm really excited for that.
Me too. And then like, I hope you expand to women's products. So,
And I do have another product that I want to do too that will be simpler.
Yeah.
I might as well just say it here. It's basically the same concept. And I did some research. Some people are kind of doing it, but I want to do like just a sock, like a crew sock.
Oh yeah.
With a pocket.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all about little pockets, because I used to put my shit in my sock all the time, and it saved me from getting busted actually many times. But like, I want a little sock with a little pocket, or if you're going out too, it's always nice to have like throw a little spare $20 bill in there.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, Like I could throw his Molly in there.
You could, and then go to your rave, and no one would pat down your socks.
And so, maybe we could do a prototype or a sample.
Yeah.
I just love the word prototype.
I think you want to be a scientist, Jack. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. I did fail out of chemistry, so no, I didn't. I just dropped.
I just dropped.
And the teacher's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "Yeah."
He made it so life or death. Like, once you dropped chemistry, the world was going to end.
Yeah, that's what it was like. I was like, "No, dude, I'm cool."
Yeah.
So I have a question for you.
What is it?
It's serious. No, but what advice would you give somebody who wants to, get into fashion, who's coming up in the game, trying to build their own line, a product, or just trying to come up in the fashion world?
I would like to let people know starting a fashion line is really, at first, it's just money going out. So I just want people to know that, because people always say, it's so expensive. Just start a clothing line. It really isn't in disposable income to a sense, because until you have your sample finish, you won't be able to sell it. And it's like so many things that go into it. I really just want to say, to start a line, just be clear with what you want, and also find good people to help you, because you can't do everything by yourself. So I really just say, have a good design, know what materials you're going to use, because that can also take months. Jack, it's a hard process finding fabric, and that usually holds up most people in production process. And then making sure you have the right players on your team is really it. And and don't be afraid to ask questions, because at the end of the day, the more information you have, the farther you can go with it. I mean,
yeah.
That's it.
Hey, that was a great answer. That's some real talk right there.
Yeah. Anything you want to add from starting your stuff?
I kind of had that vibe going into it, because I know it's like with everything that you do, you got to put in the work. Like, so I had that expectation going in. Like, I didn't think finding fabric would be so hard, to be honest with you. But like, I had the expectation, like, this isn't going to be overnight. This is going to take months, to do.
And what was your issue with your fabric?
Well, I ordered the wrong fabric, and I ordered a too small piece of fabric. And then the second time I ordered the right fabric, but I ordered it too small, but you still made it work for me.
Yeah.
But it was just hard to find the fabric, and like, I think I'm using spoon flower, it's called, or something. But it's like, it's cool. I get the fabric, and the fabric that I'm using right now is really good, because it's like high quality. I forget the exact percentage, but it's like a cotton sports jersey, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think that is? That like kind of stretchy material I have?
I would say it's a jersey knit.
That's it.
A cotton, and it probably has a blend of cotton and spandex.
Yep.
Sounds about
That's
right.
It. Yeah.
Okay.
You're bringing it all back.
Okay.
But yeah, I always expected it to be a process.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's where it would be annoying to get a client, like you're saying, who's like, I have this idea, can I have it done in a week? It's like, if you're going to drop a lot of dough.
I have people like that, and it's like, it's actually somebody I'm waiting for an email from. They wanted me to do something in a week, and like, this week is my birthday week, and I'm just like, dude, cool, but you're gonna have to pay me for it, And I feel like people often don't value your time sometimes, especially in fashion, like, especially me being a woman. They think it's a craft for me. If it was a guy doing it, they would, pay him what he's doing. But since I'm a woman and I like fashion, we don't have to pay her, what she should. But living in LA, I need the equal pay. I'm banging on this right now.
You got it,
equal pay. So like,
you got to get that.
Money.
Yeah, it's like, and that's where you just got to do that. That's why I'll let everybody know I fucked up and I gave Bre'anda the wrong schedule. I said tomorrow when I got back from Vegas, so she came to the studio on the wrong day, and I wasn't here, and I felt like such a dick. But I still like felt bad, threw you a little cash for at least some gas, but like,
it was so nice, guys, and I wasn't mad. But it's like LA culture. If like, things happen, but like, sometimes people are flaky and excuses are like non-valid. Jack had a valid excuse, like, he just wrong days.
Yeah, it was still my bad. I still feel like a piece of shit. I was like in a Vegas fog, like, what am I doing right now?
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for being chill and making it today again.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I was worried about scheduling, but it worked out. Yeah, and I'm thankful to be here. This is my first podcast.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Yeah,
just
it is.
It's like,
I thought I was gonna have more anxiety, but it's cool.
Yeah, it's better than like the enthusiasts we did. It's more comfortable here. Mike's always chilling, keeping it real. Yeah. I can't wait to get him on an episode, because Mike just kicks it. He loves to smoke up too, so.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I'm surprised he hasn't been on here yet.
Yeah. Gonna get him on. I'm about to book some more sessions here and get him on. But this is where it's at here. Third Wheel Presents got it going down. So if you're trying to get on the podcast game, anybody out there, you're in LA, come hit the studio up for real. We'll keep it real here.
Keep it real here.
Yeah.
And it's nice and comfy.
So what do you, it is. We chilling.
Yeah.
We chilling. So what do you smoke on today? I know I gave you a little bit of vape. We could talk about the vape epidemic later, like we were saying.
The vape epidemic. Today I smoked this morning. I actually just smoked a free joint from the weed store. It was trash. But I smoked it because I didn't want to be really high before work. When I go home, I'm going to smoke a sativa. I forget the name of it. But I'm impartial to it, and I'm waiting for something better.
Okay.
What did you smoke today?
Not much, just a little Blue Dream. Took like 2 quick pulls out of my bowl, and then a couple rips of a vape outside. Probably gonna go home, smoke a little more Blue Dream.
He's still smoking vapes, guys. I'm scared.
I am.
You guys have seen the news.
Yeah,
Jack, how
I actually, yeah. I mean, I believe, if you know where you're getting it from, but there's always exceptions. Shit's always
Yeah.
sketchy, but what they say though too is like you can get it from, especially if you're buying even flower on the black market. They say some crazy percentage right now, like 70%. Don't quote me on that, but like of all like black market weed is essentially coming from like Mexican cartels, and they're like essentially putting seriously toxic shit on the flower. So like when these like people bust these Raves and stuff, they can't even necessarily touch the plants yet. They have to like let them chill because this is how potent this toxicity.
Wow. I bought black market weed. That makes
Oh yeah,
me
no, I do too.
scared as fuck.
But that's my point though. Is like I've been doing that for how long, and I'm cool. Like
yeah, but
but
are we cool?
but yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
But that's where I'm not like trying to go get a vape from some like random ass person. Like I got a guy who gave me a vape the other day, and he sells the supplies to make vapes. Or I'll go to the like a legit dispensary, or if it's your friend, you just gotta just trust the source is my most important thing. Like,
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like the one thing about buying weed from these shops is like you can't trust the source unless it's like you said, official one. Most cases, the black market, they're like pulling weed out of big bags and like they don't know where they're getting it from. If you ask the people, they couldn't tell you. The people working there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're on the same page with Chris there. I had Chris on talking about bud tenders, and he's like, because he grows, he's like, man, I just sometimes just hate going when I have to smell 10 things to find what I want.
Yeah, and then you're asking people like, questions, and they're not informed. They're just there for the paycheck and like the smoke-free weed, and it's just like, great. But, that's one thing I did kind of appreciate before it was legal. Like I feel like the weed was kind of better too, crazy enough, before it got legal. When you had the medical marijuana card and you would go in these places and like, when you ask for certain stuff, I feel like they would give you more response. Like they have more knowledge. It wasn't just selling weed. It was like, okay, you came in here because you got back pain. This one is good for pain management, But now it's just like, what do you want? All right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you. And that's because I think just being more medicinal, they were kind of like that. Mm-hmm. But to the defense of the bud tenders, the reason why I'm cool with them, even if they're not always the most knowledgeable, is everyone that I've had, for the most part, like 90%, they're just really chill, and they probably really high.
Very true.
Yeah, like, yo, what's up? What do you want? I'm like, let's go. Guys, like, I take this, like, I'm like, all right, that's cool, people chilling. Yeah. But I understand, though, how it's like there should be some type of courses, maybe. I feel so whack saying that. Like,
the courses,
you need to take some courses take some weed courses, kid.
And just, even if it's like at the top of the day when they start like, yo, this is what we got on the shelf. These are the properties. That's it. Like some note cards, something. If I had a weed shop, people would be informed, because I feel like when people can form trust with you and see that you have information, that's when they really mess with you. That's when they're going to keep coming back. If you're giving them half-ass knowledge, they're not messing with it, because they can, they can go to a place like Mad Men where they're smiling in your face and all that weird stuff.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Mad Men.
I've never been. It seems like my worst dream. Like I would go in there, everything's super bright, and like it's that weird feeling like, yeah, it's legal, but this is like super like commercialized and it's overpriced. And
yeah, it just kind of reminds me of the Walmart of weed,
Exactly.
And that's where we were talking earlier, like how you like, dealing with smaller brands, smaller businesses. Mm-hmm. And that, like, I do delivery service. I use Ease a lot, but like when I am going to a dispensary, I want to go to like a little more like a smaller one. Like Smart Weed's really cool. I forget where exactly that is, but like
I have seen that.
It's pretty cool. It's like a little cool vibe. They got artwork on the wall, like Snoop Dogg and like neon lights. Like it's just a cool little vibe, and I get
a place a smoker would want to chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and too, in the fashion district, they have tons of places you can just go smoke up in there. Like there's a lot of the dispensaries, I feel like, throughout LA, you can't just go blaze in. Like a couple of those, forgive me, I don't know the names, but in the fashion district, you can go down and they're like, oh, you want a free dab? They have like dab rigs lined up. You can smoke a joint. They're bumping music. So like, that's a cool vibe they got going down there.
I do like that, and I experienced it first when I went to San Francisco, like maybe last year, and I was smoking in one of the weed shops, and I was like, man, this is great. My only thing is, truly with smoking, I get anxiety. I'm a type of smoker that likes to smoke alone. So if I start my high around too many people, I'm gonna leave, because I can be around people once it's settled, but the initial high, now I need to go talk to myself, figure out how I'm feeling, all that like stoner stuff, and then once I get it together, I can like form conversations with people, like, oh yeah, I'm not as high as I thought. But
No, I feel you. I'm with you. I'm like definitely more of like a smaller group smoker. I love smoking by myself, and I always have too. But yeah, like a lot of times if I'm going to a big party, I don't want to get like too blazed out, where I'm just going to be like chilling in the corner, like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And then people think you're weird because you're like standoffish. It's like, no, he's really high.
Yeah.
He's just really high. He's not a jerk.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the like sativa can hit you hard sometimes. It's like you get like, I'll like smoke a joint of sativa sometimes because like I feel like going crazy, but
yeah,
that's where like I'm looking like that's where CBD can balance it. And I want to start messing with CBD more, and just dabbling with it in that regard. But
yeah,
what are your thoughts on the CBD? This shit's been huge, like blowing up, since
it has. They even got CBD shops in Missouri. When I went home, I thought that was weird. I was like, what? Conservatives in Missouri? Oh, gosh.
Yeah, they're all over Kansas, too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
American Shaman. But that's where I was living for a while, so I'm going to hit that guy up, try to do a little business with him,
That's what's up.
Shout out to KC out, bring a Cali vibe to his, but yeah, it's crazy, these people, but they're smart in that regard, because I don't know who the one you're talking about, but American Shaman is setting up, he has like 30 stores or something already in Kansas, so when the law passes, bam, switched over, he's going to be the top dog. Yeah, and he's already making tons of money on CBD. So when the law changes, convert the stores, bring in the product, this guy's going to be like bankrolling.
Yeah, that's why you should get on the wave.
Yeah, so I respect that hustle.
Yeah, I will say so. CBD, I don't know how I feel about it. I haven't had like great experience with CBD. I have tried weed yoga. Shout out to Yoga with Manelli. If you guys ever want to find yoga classes with weed, she does.
Where are those?
So it's in Mid-City. It is on Arlington and maybe Pico, but she has indica classes, and what she offers you leaf and also like tinctures and also the pills with CBD and THC. So I feel like when I've done yoga with it, I've been okay for pain management and helping me really get into it. But like I've tried tinctures and I haven't liked tinctures. I don't know if my metabolism is too fast, where I don't.
Solely CBD tinctures or ones with THC in them as well?
Tinctures in general.
Oh really? You're not feeling them, you're saying?
I'm not feeling them. The pills I can, but like the tinctures, no.
Yeah, I guess. Do you recall the brand at all or no?
Dang.
It's all good. I know I'm putting you
I'm
on the
sorry.
spot. No, because there's like, I've taken some I'm not feeling, but there's some good companies I've talked about before too on this podcast. Like Elite California does it right. Their tinctures are nice, but they have different levels. They have the CBD one. They have one that's called nighttime. So you just do it at night. They got the daytime. They might have changed the names. They came out with one called Fuego. That's just supposed to be super potent.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, tinctures are nice though, because they do kick in pretty quick. And it's a cool vibe, but I've been looking for something like that. I don't necessarily do yoga, but I love to stretch. And
I think you would like it. I think because she has different classes. She has like a Sunday slow class where it's like slow stretching, which
that's me there. Yeah.
And then she has like the indica, which you smoke indica and get into the poses, which is a little bit deeper,
And you can just smoke whatever you want.
Yeah, she actually offers joints for communal purposes, and she has the tincture, she has the salve, and then you can also bring weed. So it's like it's a weed-friendly place. Dope. It is, and I'm so glad that we brought it up because I've really been wanting to go, and I think people in LA who's listening to the podcast will appreciate a safe space for weed and yoga.
Hell yeah! And what was it called? What's she?
Her name is Yoga with Manelli. It's on Manelli. Instagram. She has YouTube videos where she smokes and does yoga practices. If you can't make it in, you really should. Yeah. I think you guys will hit it off because she is really, not only does she have classes about like, weed and yoga, she has like classes about like traditional forms of like taking the weed. Like it goes back. Like she's really deep in it. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to wear my smoker's tank there, the third sample.
I think she
collaborate.
Will like it. Yeah,
that's cool though. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out because I've never taken a yoga class, but I need to just start taking more classes.
Yeah,
and this month I'm taking. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I don't know if your girl goes, but then y'all can come together on yoga because girls love yoga, and then you can.
She's more of like she likes like her in-home space.
Yeah.
She does like workouts on the TV and stuff, and like likes to stretch out at home and stuff, and like so that's more her vibe, I think. But oh, hey, who knows? Maybe I'll show up. Do you show up and pay for it, or do you have to buy them on like Eventbrite or?
You can show up and pay for it, or you can buy it from her website. Because then, at least if you book it on her website, she'll know you're coming, and she'll count, have enough weed for you. So that I would, not that I wouldn't drop in, but at least message her so she knows she can have the right amount of weed. So yeah, it's a really fun class.
That's dope.
And then like when you're doing weed, you're not even thinking, like if you mess up, you're like, whatever.
Yeah, just chill, be in the zone there. Yeah, I want to do one of those float tanks too, really bad.
That looks really cool. But what if you I don't know, you go into some weird dimension?
That'd be awesome.
Okay. I would be scared shitless. Like, I don't want to go.
I'd be like, what's going on? But I feel like you could just get out, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I was talking to this lady yesterday. She was telling me the name of it, but she just got back from some class where like it's all live sounds, and it's a guy too who's doing like chants. And she's saying she's tried a lot of stuff, but that's what worked best for her was like drums and the actual person there chanting and like. So,
kind of like a sound bath.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm out of the loop here.
Yeah, I think.
Everybody's like, sound bath, you dumbass.
No, it's just, it goes along with like the wellness and yoga thing, which is why, if you're not connected, then, that's why you don't know the jargon. But for me, I'm like, oh, a sound bath. Like, I wanted to go to one this weekend. Anyway.
Do you do those?
I do. And I do feel like it's something about the music, either like echoes and the vibrations. I'm not saying that right? Vibrations. It's not right.
Vibration?
There we go.
That sounds.
It messes.
I got you. We got you.
It messes with your body in a good way. Like you can feel it, and it takes over.
Well, that's what she was saying. She's like, I was in there, and she's like, my right like hip was started to tingle, and she's like, then I asked him, and he said that's probably where you're tight or something like that. So, but I was telling her too. A lot of times, like it takes me a while to hit like I feel like at least my brain's racing so much a lot. Like it takes me a cool at least 10 minutes to like completely level out, chill out, and be able to get to that state where I could let those instruments, like those sounds hit me,
Yeah, and I think it'll happen sooner than you realize, because with that, usually there's some form of meditation that they have you go into. So that would be like your 10 minutes where they're trying to clear your mind. And then,
sense,
you get into it, like out of your meditation, you'd be like, oh, I feel this. It feels amazing. Yeah.
I'm feel even more calm talking about it.
Yeah, I think you should go.
Yeah, I'll hit it up.
Yeah.
So is that what you like to do in your free time? Do a little yoga, chill?
One of my favorite things to do as of recently is to do the yoga that I talked about earlier, just because she's so weed based. Smoke first. I wake up, I smoke, then I do the yoga, and then my day has a great perspective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like it's so easy for me to smoke weed and get into mindfulness, because I feel like I can really connect without like all the racing thoughts. So it is one of my favorite things. And
that's where I love indica too.
Yeah.
Like I've been getting more into indica as I've been smoking, but
you don't become a couch potato?
No, I kind of do, but that's why I like it. Like I mean, I'm not like a couch potato, but it's just calm. It's more calming sometimes, like a heavy indica. Like this, what I had in that vape is a lazy OG, it's called, but it's like, I don't know. It's just when you're stretching and stuff, just more calming to me sometimes, that heavy indica, than like a high sativa.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So like at night, even though I'm smoking it today, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It is a difference, because like when you're smoking sativa, I feel like you're all over the place, in a sense. Like you have high energy, but with the indica, you can move slow. You can, get into sloth mode and, accept that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only thing is, for most cases, like I can even smoke sativa at night and still be cool, but that's probably because I'm like so used to it.
Oh, I do too. Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's the thing too to me, is like it's all gonna wear off relatively quickly,
I think our tolerance is high. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, if you're smoking every day, it's...
Yeah. Do you ever want to stop or take a break? Do you ever take like tolerance breaks?
I did a.
And how long did it last?
I did a week like a couple years ago. I did like I did like 4 days when I went to visit my bro. So like nothing like I'd say that's the longest, like 4 days.
And on the 4th day, how are you feeling?
I was cool.
You weren't agitated or anything?
No, but I mean at the same time I was like drinking some really good beer and stuff. So I was getting like tips,
Mm-hmm.
Boulevard Tank 7's my favorite beer. Farmhouse Ale.
No, I'm allergic to gluten, so this is all over my head.
Have you ever had a gluten-free beer?
I've had cider, but not gluten-free. They exist.
Okay.
No, I'm asking. Like,
I thought you were saying you had a cider that wasn't. I was like, oh shit, what happened?
No. I was gonna. No, the cider was gluten-free, but I was asking.
Oh yeah, they do. They're
do?
overpriced though. I haven't tried them because I take.
Everything's gluten-free is overpriced. It's messed up. It's
yeah,
like
they know. They're like, oh, what's making pay?
It's because it's trendy to be gluten-free now.
Yeah.
But so the people who are actually allergic, we're like, we do not want to pay extra for the same stuff that everyone else is eating.
So what would be I'm kind of ignorant to that. What would be an example of something like that, like
sandwiches, hamburgers, for example, like when they charge you an extra $1 for the gluten-free bread, things like that, that adds
I
up.
didn't know this.
Yeah.
There's a whole nother life. I like, it's like, damn, they're taxing you, huh?
They are. Like gluten-free donuts, they charge like $4 and a regular donut is like, what, 75 cents? Things
so what's
like
a gluten-free?
that.
What are those like made out of then? What do you know what?
Oh yeah. It's usually almond flour or spelt, and I feel like some people mess with brown rice too in the ingredients. I think it's kind of a mixture to get the right consistency, because usually it can go a couple ways. It can be extra dry and disgusting, which is most gluten-free things, like the worst thing ever. I had a cinnamon roll that was horrible weeks ago. Horrible and burnt. Anyway, and places like Cake Girl in Boyle Heights, she makes really good gluten-free donuts, but I think she puts like applesauce in her mixture to make it moist.
Yeah, that's key right there.
Yeah, so it's just things like that. Like even a gluten-free cake is like twice the price of a regular cake. And it's just like, for what? I guess the flour is more expensive in a sense, but I just think overall it's because they know that people with allergies will pay more to have the same stuff that everyone else is eating.
Yeah.
Privilege.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
It's pretty crazy. You're opening my mind up to a world of gluten. I don't know what I would do. Like, I'm trying to eat less, but I love pasta too much. I can't but there are but there are like gluten-free options you can do, and I do like brown rice, but like still, like there's nothing better than me than like a jasmine rice.
Exactly. I mean, jasmine, I think it is gluten-free.
Oh, is it?
I think all rices are gluten-free. It's just anything not wheat-based.
Okay, so do you drink liquor at all?
I really don't. What happened was, being allergic to gluten has messed up my stomach. And for the first year of being in LA, I still ate everything. So, like, my stomach is ruined. I can't even handle liquor.
Do you drink kombucha?
Yeah, I do sometimes.
So if you took like a shot at, let's say, like Tito's right now, it would like hit you hard?
Well, it would mess with my stomach hard, and I would feel sick and woozy.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe we talked about this in the enthusiast series. I was like, that could be a blessing in disguise, though.
It could be. Like, I'm really glad to not have to be a part of social drinking and to be like, no, guys, I'm just going to smug, and I need to smug before. But, like, because I hate drinking. I hate throwing up. I think everyone does. But I'm so happy now, especially because weed's legal. I can, like, have that. I'm going to go outside, guys, and smoke. But, yeah, I don't miss being drunk. Yeah,
and I feel like that's where, like, sometimes with alcohol, like, if you're like, yo, and you're at a party situation, like, yo, I'm cool, I'm not drinking. And they're like, what, you sick? Like, you got your liver fucked up? I'm like, no, I'm just, like, not trying to drink today. You know, like, what I mean? But if it was, like, a smoker, I feel like a lot of drinkers are smokers. But, if it's, like, you want to hit this? And you're like, no, I'm cool, big. All right.
Yeah.
It's, like, more of a peer pressure thing.
It is. And people are often, like, with drinking, they will keep questioning, like, just drink a little bit. And it's like, I said no, but, like, you're really adamant about me drinking this liquor. I want to have as much fun as I'm having. It's like I'm having the right amount of fun that I want to have. Yeah, And if I was high, I'd probably be sitting down. So, like, you should be happy I'm here.
Yeah. That's... Yeah. I do like indulging in some drinks. Like when I was in Vegas, of course.
What's your favorite? And you're a bartender, so like you probably get fancy with the drinks.
I can get fancy. It depends. Since I've been out in California, I've been enjoying some tequila, some mezcal. Mm-hmm. Before that, it was bourbon.
Okay.
Feeling a little gin in Vegas. I was hitting up some gin. The Botanist gin's really good. But yeah, it just kind of depends what I'm
No
feeling.
vodka.
I'll do vodka, but I don't know. Like, I'll drink vodka if I feel like I'm like gonna go party. I want to like, because to me,
Yeah.
you can make some good drinks with vodka. Don't get me wrong, but with the others, with gin, like the spirit itself, the botanicals in gin, it just has more flavor. Same with your whiskeys, bourbons. They have like an inherent like richness from the cask.
You hear this? This is some like fancy drinking
But,
knowledge.
but yeah, I'm not give me a Tank 7, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boulevard in Kansas City, their beers are really good.
Oh,
But out here is crazy.
yeah, there's so much, and then the fact that they have distilleries like in driving distance is crazy. I love it.
Yeah, my boy turned me on to Monkish in Torrance.
It's
And my brother is like an IPA guy. He has beers from all over the world. I took him to Monkish. Dude fell in love with it. Like, he's like, dude, this is the best beer I've had in my life. Like,
and
they're like, oh, sorry?
Is this a distillery or?
Yeah, they're a brewery based out of Torrance.
Ooh, okay.
So they're like there. It's like Monkish, Smog City, which is bigger, and they distribute a lot. I think Monkish doesn't distribute. I think you have to go there, and they have like can releases. You have to line up and get the cans.
Wow.
So my boy went. I'm like, dude, when you go to a can release, hook me up so I can send them to my brother. So that was really cool. But I just love that craft vibe, and it's back to like the smaller business, kind of deal we were talking about. Whereas like Monkish is really cool. You can tell that this dude is building his little brewery. Smog's a little bigger, but they're still, smaller. They're no, Bud Light,
Yeah.
and they're building, and you can kind of do a little pub crawl. So it's a cool scene. I've gone once, I'm not a huge brewery guy, but they're fun. They're cool.
Yeah. That's good to know because my father's coming in, so I always need cool places.
They got some in
take
LA too.
them.
I haven't done the tour yet.
Do you know any like gin whiskey places?
Yeah, there's a bunch around here. There's one I've been wanting to go to. It's like a speakeasy vibe. It's kind of in K-Town, I think. It's called Lock and Key.
Oh, Lock and Key, yeah.
Yeah. You been?
Uh-huh.
You liked it?
Yeah, I do like Lock and Key. It's just unfortunately it's kind of small. If you go on a day that's not like the weekend, I think it's great because they have good food, get the drinks,
Oh, I
get
didn't know
the
they serve-
atmosphere.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's my kind of vibe that I like, is like kind of small, like homey, dark. Like,
Definitely all that.
Yeah, but that's just me usually.
Yeah.
Back in, years ago, I'd be wanting to be where the most people were.
In
Just
Hollywood.
wanted to party, and, but yeah, I'm still down to kick it, still down to party.
You make it seem like you're super old, like you're a senior or something.
I just used to party a lot.
Yeah, but I feel like that's that over 20, 25. Are you over 25?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Like-
28.
Oh, me too. Well, I'm gonna be. Yeah, partying is not as cool as it used to be. It used to be like all the rave. Like I can't wait this weekend to party, but now we're just like I can't wait for the weekend so I can like sleep.
Yeah, that's what it's like. And bartending too, because I've bartended on weekends for the past since I've been 21.
Wow.
So it's like it's rare that I have a weekend night off. So like weekends are a lot of times like I don't really do anything.
Yeah.
It's just weird. That's the way it's been for many years, but it's cool. It's just I've changed my life to that. But I was talking to you earlier, like shaving a day off so I have more time to focus on the creative, True Buds, film, all that. I just gotta keep shaving days off of that to build something that I'm more passionate about.
Yeah. And I feel like it'll happen because you keep making the right connects.
Trying to. I need to make more. I'm slacking. I did sign up for an event on October 16th.
Is it weed?
Yeah, it's like a weed business event. I'm forgetting on the
Ooh.
name, but it's like small business owners. It's like kind of a networking event, but it's like through Eventbrite. Spent like $10, so I'm gonna go. And that's why I just need to I need to start showing face more.
Yeah, you do, because I feel like that's the only thing that holds all of us back. Like we're not out here enough for people to know our talents in a sense, and the more people that know about us, the better off we'll be as a whole.
I agree. And that's where it's like when we met in person, you form a connection. Whereas like you can form connections through social, but it's like those human connections that last, and you keep collaborating. It's like,
and I feel like that's been a lot with my clients too. Like people who've actually meet me, we've built a relationship and we continue. And the people I don't meet, they're like, I never meet them. Like if they just email me and they don't actually get to know me in person, like how detailed and passionate I am, it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's always been my thing that I try to push. I was like, let's meet, and everything else will fall into place.
Yeah, like either you're a jerk or you'll be great. Like figure it out.
Well, that's where it's been a pleasure working with you.
Yeah,
and
you
we're going to
too.
continue building this tank. And once again, anybody out there who wants some dope fashion work done, holler at Bre'anda, 1010 on IG.
Very true. Yeah.
She'll get you hooked up. I'm gonna get one of those bucket hats from you too.
Thank you so much.
How should I I know I can text you or whatever, but like if somebody else wanted a bucket hat, do they just DM you on IG?
Yeah, they do DM me on IG, so I'm gonna sell them this week, and then like I'll make a post with the price. I've just been putting like promo pictures up just to see the audience. Okay. But yeah, you can just DM me. Hopefully by the end of this week, I'll have like product shots up with the prices. But yeah, check out Bre'anda 1010 and also True Buds because it's freaking amazing.
All right. Thank you very much. And thanks again for coming in today.
Thank you, Jack. You're so cool.
Hey, thank you. Right back at you.
Thanks.
And one more thank you here today to Real Leaf again. Thank you for sponsoring this video. If you are a spliff smoker, just give it a shot. You know, the tobacco can get pretty hard on you. And if you're not a spliff smoker, just roll a J up with me. Let's get lit. Keep chilling.
This is True Buds, that Mary Jane. Now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers. True Buds.